It's weekend preview time, Daggy and Beaver, with you for Show Us Your Tips to get stuck into Caulfield and Rosehill on a wet weekend on the eastern seaboard. What's happening, Beaver?
Well, it is pretty grim, Daggy, with the weather that we're currently seeing and the forecast for tomorrow. We might have some rather wet tracks and be looking for horses that handle the conditions. But it'd be interesting. Not sure how the tracks are going to play. I've got a funny feeling with the conditions and being Caulfield and Rosehill that it might suit on-pace runners, given what we saw the other day at Caulfield, a bit different track. Still seem to favour those up on pace.
I think the rail, going back to the true, suggests the inside can give out there, is my concern. It was out quite a ways last time where it was on pace because it was out near the hot lanes there. But I think as we go on, perhaps off the rails place to be. Rosehill, rail true as well. Probably I'd treat it similar to Kenzo on pace early, and we're going to spread as we get on. But we'll get to that later. Let's do some plugs first. Check out showusyourtips.net. As we continue to build that, we hope to have it just sort of a soft launch, I suppose, hoping to have it up and going and cranking by Magic Millions 2025. But we put up daily tips. We gathered a few from you yesterday. I've got my thoughts up there. And full disclosure, I've not checked scratchings this afternoon, but thoughts on Moonee Valley and Canterbury tonight. I'm going to sit down with a friend of the show, GT, and do a UFC preview for next weekend, 310. Maybe Dead Space MMA can give us his thoughts as well. Let us know. Good-looking card there. I just had a look at the prelims before. Cal's NFL stuff. As we get into 2025, we'll have NRL Supercoach. I don't know about AFL Supercoach. Anything about that?
That's bloody hard, I'll tell you. But why not? We're going to have a crack on that as well.
Yeah, you can do that. Last game of AF, I watched Tony Lockett was still playing, so good luck with that.
You modelled your physique on him, I see.
Correct. This physique's brought me 4,000 runs. Don't worry about that.
4,000 innings.
325 or something. Come on. Anyway, we've got Caulfield to look at. So check that out. Socials, of course. Show us your tips on Facebook, Instagram. And we'll have some more stuff in relation to TikTok in the new year as well, once someone younger than us explains what's going on there. But anyway, we've got Caulfield, the last race of the Spring Carnival, or last meeting of the Spring Carnival. Rail true, as we said. It's currently soft with rain on the way. I've treated it as borderline heavy, I suppose, by the time we get there. But obviously, and both cards, obviously, if the rain doesn't turn up, which it definitely has in Western Sydney, thoughts will be different. But we're going to play on a wet track. And we're going to kick off with an 1,800-metre benchmark, 74. Have at it, Beaver. You can go first.
Yeah, thanks, as you always do. That's so kind of you.
I'm generous.
Which way am I going to go on the first? I'm going Private Jumbo. Thought the last start win was pretty good here. This is a pretty open affair. Plenty of chances. Just thought it might be able to scoot across from the wider gate, hold up a position there, and be super hard to catch over this distance. So Private Jumbo on top, but this is a fairly open race, so potentially be able to tell us a lot about patterns and stuff for later in the day.
I've gone with the two up on pace to start. One is Private Jumbo. Also loves the wet, which helps, gets control off a nice win. I think 800 metres shouldn't present any problems. It's on top for me as well. A decent enough way to start the day from the horse. It's going to sit inside it or on its back nearing Liberty. Had to cover ground last time out and sit outside lead. I think back to 800 metres shouldn't be an issue, and there'll be the two key chances for me in the first. I went looking for Autumn Slide as well. I thought the wet track might actually be a concern, so that's why I relegated it slightly. The second is the Merson Cooper, 1,000 metres for the 2-year-olds, a listed race. Look, is there much here we can talk about? I did look at the trials, but as usual, they all sort of trialled well, so I can't split these a great deal. I may have something on Usain Boss, who I thought jumped out well. Shinjana has been scratched. Yeah, wet track makes it tricky for some of these. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it does. I'm going for the Toppy Tycoon Star. I thought the first start was very good. It comes from top stable here. I know the jockey's not notified yet, which probably places a question mark over whether it will even start.
Mickey D's on.
If it does. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, Tycoon Star, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey D.
Okay, in the tab form at the moment, they're still not notified.
Oh, okay.
But there you go. I think it's going to be hard to beat. It was impressive at its only run, and that was enough to sort of convince me to be the standout pick here.
Happy days. The third is the Vale Elstrom benchmark 84, 2,400 metres, and I went with what have I done here? Went with the favourite, Alma Rise, lightly raced winner, and it, to be honest, meets a nice field to beat up again. The only concern I had was it going out to 2,400 metres for the first time, but should get a cosy run, and a lot of these have been wherever they're going and aren't going much further. Giving it to test and track, I think the horse with the 2,400 metre lead-up is the main danger, and that's Quantum Cat. I know it hasn't won in Australia yet, but as I said, it's hard fit, and I think that might make the difference on a testing in a testing setup. And if it had have been dry, I definitely would have gone looking for Cadaver coming down from Sydney, but I'm not sure wet suits it. This lightly race on Alma Rise, who you've been with a lot of the way through, I think has to run well, doesn't it?
I think it does have to run well, and I think the way it's been finishing off its races, the additional 400, I don't think presents too much problems. I mean, it's the informed horse here, and 54.5 from the right stable, and yeah, I'm pretty keen it'll run well. Had the one run on the soft and won, and just horses like Quantum Cat, I'm concerned that its name may be how much ticker it's got, and it keeps sucking plenty of people in as a But I'm just not sure. It's had plenty of chances. It can win without me. 550s unders, given what it generally does. This is got a long tail to it, this field. I'm pretty keen Alma Rise at the $3, around the 330, 340 mark at the moment. It's not a bad price.
Beauty. The third is the Twilight Glow Stakes, a listed race for the 3-year-old fillies, 1,400 metres. And again, wet track perhaps muddies the waters a little bit, no pun intended, but who have you found?
Yeah, it is. Makes it a little bit interesting here on a lot of these runners. I've come up with Grazinga Pod as my on topper here. I'm certainly concerned about She's Got Pizzazz. I did tip it last start. It was excellent first up, and there was a lot to like about its last run as well, where it did run a nice race and finished about fifth, but was finishing off quite nicely at Caulfield. I'm a little bit concerned again that from gate one, it may get crossed, get back, and get stuck on the inside, and that may be a huge problem. Where I think Grazinga Pod can settle up nicely. It's now third up, fully fit, and I've got it on top.
Beautiful. If this was dry, and maybe this is an issue either, if this was dry, I would almost declare On Display. I really liked its last run. I know you said She's Got Pizzazz came through the same race, didn't have the best of luck, I know, but gate one just led me to pen She's Got Pizzazz, so I was left with On Display on top, drawn out wide. I think Clear Air will definitely be in the finish. 1,400 metres should eat it up here. And a couple for the exotics. I think should she be here and not in tomorrow, Miss LTR has come back in fantastic order. And Deep Pleasure's a big price. They're more from an exotic point of view. And I'm done with Supercilious, so tomorrow must be the day for it. The fifth is the Doveton Stakes, 1,200 metres. And I've gone with one from gate one here, but I think leading shouldn't be too much, should be less of a concern. That's Fancify. This is a better horse than I think I've given it credit for. It's going to jump, it's going to lead, and there's just no chasers, really. I think it broke a track record first up, ran really well second up in an okay race, and now just comes to another good race to keep winning. It's on top. If it handles the conditions and finds the right part of the track, we'll win again. Scared of Unstoppable, but comes off a Group 1 flop. This is a much better grade for it. What have you made of him?
Yeah, I've kind of gone the same way as you, Fancify, from the one gate. I think the one gate doesn't concern me here because it will jump, run, and lead.
Yep.
And it can get to the right position in the track. It's third up. It's fully fit here. This looks ideal here. It's going to be super hard to run down. I have been on Unstoppable this prep, and first up 2 runs were pretty good. Does scare me, but again, I think it just might give the other one too much start and have too much to do. And Casablanca, who knows with it? It seems to have ability, but it's got to do something.
The 6 is the Sandown Guineas from Caulfield, over the mile for the 3-year-olds. It's a Group 2. Who have you come up with?
Oh yeah, this is super tough, isn't it? It's a really open race. There's so many chances in it. You know, the favourite here's got to be super hard to beat. The blue colours, Pisces. It just keeps stepping up and doing whatever it's asked of it. It's the fit horse that won here at Caulfield last start off the pace, won nicely, let down nicely, and won quite convincingly by 2.5 lengths, and meets sort of similar field here. I've got it on top, but I'm certainly concerned and got a healthy respect for number 7 Somewhere.
Yeah.
Only had the one start, and that was pretty good.
That was a very good win. Very good win.
Very good win. It was well back, and they ran some really good splits in that race to finish off here. I am not going to let it get under my guard. I will be saving on it. I just think Pisces is the up-and-comer that's flying at the moment, got this hard fit, and has the runs on the board.
Yeah, I've gone with Pisces as well. No spoil, but I think it'll handle the conditions. It smashed them last time out, and even the run before had no luck when Bitter Creek beat it. It should have finished closer and did start favourite there. Scared of Somewhere, scared of Snitz and Over. Snitz on the wet, I think fits this race well as well. But predominantly blue colours on top, with a question mark over the 2 lightly raced ones there. The quaddie kicks off with the Group 3 Eclipse Stakes, and I just got to the end of this and just decided Poison Chalice. Now with a decent draw, should the inside not be terrible, has to be in the finish here. It was a very good run last time out, without the best luck in the... was that the Group 1? No, Chasing Light Infantryman.
Yes.
Last time out. And just finds a nice race. With better luck, it should have been to finish every start this prep. If the track gets any better than soft, I'll save on Ain't No Deal Done, who was a very much improved run last time out. There's not a lot to talk about. I think Poison Chalice has to run well. Perhaps Cyrilio Miss can get its own way up front again and be the next one worth mentioning. But that's it for me, Beaver.
Yeah, I've gone the same way. We were on Poison Chalice last time, and I think I had to go past it again. Here has one of my favourite trainers, so it will be cherry ripe and ready to go forth up here. It's just got a bit out of its ground last start, and that was still a pretty decent run for a field like this, and should handle the conditions. I did actually mark Ain't No Deal Done as well, but I was a bit concerned as the track got soft, whether it would even start. But certainly looked to be getting back to somewhere near its best form, and if it produced its best form, would certainly give this race a shake-up.
Just a quick one. Any thoughts on New Energy, who is very much in the market, but neither of us have mentioned? Did you just see the 1,200 days off and the 1,200 days between a win, or...?
Yeah, that's right. It's been a long time between wins, but in fairness, it's got form behind Brightside, Chow Wolf. That has to be respected, even though it was long odds there. And, Group 1, Group 2 company, how often do we overlook these horses and then they come back to this type of company and put pay to them, and it's got the right trainer. But I don't know, can win, but I just like Poison Chalice better.
Okay, no, I had the same thoughts, because when you see the list of horses it's been behind,
yes,
it did present interestingly here, but I felt the same
way. And that's
way.
why it's favourite, right?
Yeah. I guess I can understand that. The Zipping Classic is a feature on the card, 2,400 metres, Group 2, after a very, very smart stayer from a few years ago. And I actually came up with one of yours here. I quite like Berkeley Square. I think it's going really well. I think it's going to handle the conditions, and it goes J. Kennedy, J. Kennedy, J. Kennedy, J. Kennedy to... was it Michael D on this? What am I doing? Yeah, Luke Nolan on now. Have we lost Michael D? Maybe there's something up here. Anyway.
I don't know. You just keep making shit up.
Anyway, Luke Nolan's riding. I honestly thought it was Mickey D when I did the form. Maybe something's changed. Maybe that's why the tab didn't have him on earlier on that other horse.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's maybe what was gone to not notified on the other one.
Correct. Yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Yes, that would make a lot of sense. Anyway, I like it. I think it's going really well. Being the finish here from Muramasa, who... Wet is the concern for me there, and now time between runs with a trial puts a bit of a knock on it. I really wanted to find Kingswood, and I'm very scared of it, but I decided on a heavy track, potentially heavy track. 1,800 metres to 2,400 might not be the best setup from the inside. Was heavily backed in that the good race last time, though. So, look, there's an opinion around for it, and I'm scared, but going with the stayer. Beaver?
Yeah, I just flipped them. Interestingly, I've gone for Kingswood. Loved its win a couple of starts back, and then probably didn't have the best of luck last start, and I was a little bit disappointed. Didn't finish closer, but was only a couple of lengths off Pericles there. Again, in good company. It is stepping up here, but I just think this is a horse on the way up. Hopefully, can handle the conditions. A bit of a question mark there. If the track does get out to heavy and Berkeley Square comes into it even more here. It loves those conditions. Goes really well when the sting's out of the ground, and it's ultra consistent. It's thereabouts. Last 5 or so starts. I'm surprised it's $10, to be honest. I think it deserves to be probably a little bit skinnier in the market. But I'm just going 14 with a watch on 6.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I've just refreshed the best bets as well, and Mickey D's off Tycoon Star, and Luke Nolan is on. We've lost Mick D tomorrow. Anyway, second last is the Kevin Heffernan, 1,400 metres. What have you come up with here?
Yeah, going with the top weight here, Tuvalu. Look, it's the class runner here. It's the standout runner. Its only run last prep in the Wangoon at Warrnambool. That was fantastic. Bless me. And I thought the resumption was pretty good in the Group 1 behind Tomochi.
Very good.
Got way back out of its ground and flew home, only to finish 3 lengths off them. Won't be that far back in this. Look, this is a quality horse compared to some of these. Pretty keen.
Best of the day, Tuvalu. Outstanding resumption. Swims, never missed a place in the wet. Gets gate 2. Won't be. It's lead races. It can posse up where it wants here. It'll win. I'm surprised. Yep. I thought it would go over to WA or something, to be honest, but I'm glad it hasn't, because it'll win this. Tamerlane, the main danger, and I've got to watch, I guess, whatever this means, on Wellwall resuming for the new stable. The Price team has had some ability in a previous life. The last is the Miles Summons Stakes here. 2 hopes, Running By and Regal Vow, as the market suggests. Any better than Soft? I think Running By is a very easy bet to have, given the conditions. Perhaps Regal Vow might trouble it here. I don't really have a lot more to talk about. Have you got much to say?
Which way are you going?
I'm going Running By, but I've concern the heavy track run, but it was that miss was on a heavy track. That is my concern, but I'll put it on top. If we are in heavy again, I probably won't bet. Leave it at that.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah.
So I was curious with that. I think Running By is flying at the moment.
Yes.
And going great. It's in the right stable, and this looks like it did fail, but on the heavy track, maybe you can forgive that. It has run a placing on the soft. Don't know. Regal Vow does seem to like the sting out of the ground, but I think Running By is the class force here from gate 4. So that's the way I'm leaning. But yeah, I think those two have it to get together.
Yeah. The only other 2 I'll mention, just from a quaddie point of view, and you're about to give me yours anyway. Electric Impulse, Zazu, I think value plays for a quaddie. But why don't you tell me who's in your quaddie instead?
Yep, I'm going to do that. I'm going first leg, race 7, number 2, New Energy. Number 3, Ain't No Deal Done. Number 4, Apalua. And number 12, Poison Chalice. In the second leg, I'm going number 2, Nonconformist. Number 6, Berkeley Square. Number 12, Naval College. Number 14, Kingswood. In the third leg, I'm going number 1, Tuvalu, and number 4, Tamerlane. Just going 2 out there. Mm-hmm. And to finish off the day, I'm going number 4, Perfect, number 5, Running By, number 7, Electric Impulse, and number 11, Regal Vow.
Beautiful. Your best and value for showusyourtips.net.
My best is race 9, number 1, Tuvalu, and my value is race 8, number 14, Kingswood.
Race 9, number 1, Tuvalu. It'll win. Race 8, number 6, Berkeley Square is the value. So perhaps a cheeky quinella in order for the boys. Let's head to Rosehill, where it's...
Just before we go there,
Yeah.
can I let me just put my quaddie in this system so I don't forget it.
Okay.
And open up a page so I can add my tips as we go.
All right, sounds good. Do you want me to
Give me
keep...
2 seconds.
Yep, no, all this stuff happens on air. That's fine. We, because I can't be bothered editing it, of course, check out shellyourtips.net. We've got Friday night tips up there, and you'll find, of course, the notes on this show. So if you watch the show or listen on Spotify, where you can also find us, you can go back and get our tips in written form as well tomorrow as you soldier on through your punting afternoon. Rosehill. Rail is in the true as well. It is currently a soft track, but rain has hit Western Sydney, as I said. I think we get, if not at least soft, it'll be heavy tomorrow with more rain on the way. As I said, as we go on, up and off the rails, probably the place to be. On pace off the, towards the middle of the track. We're going to kick off with an 1,100 metres for the babies. 163 acceptors. How many scratchings tomorrow, Beaver, at Rosehill, do you think?
Could be plenty, I think. A bit of a concern. It's going to make us hard to tip some now, but we shall do that, and we'll see if they start tomorrow. So, but yes, I think we're going to be out to a slowish track by the time races start.
1,100 metres for the babies kicks us off. Icarian Dream I saw was nominated for Doomben as well. I'm not sure. I assume it's still in here, so it's staying. Look, I had interest in this $2 million colt here, Fermoy, actually. I used to take great pleasure in taking these horses on, but I thought the 2 very quiet trials out of Zeus Star, I think if it starts, they'll think it can get through the wet, and at double figures, it's worth a stab here from obviously the up, fit and going Icarian Dream. Bombay Boom next best, given it should probably lead this race just about. You with us? Who do you like?
With us, I'm going a Icarian Dream if it starts here. I think it's a clear on top. It's one in the slow. First race start, very good last start. In a better company race than this, not far behind them, got the experience and got the right combination to run very well.
The second is an 1,100 metre highway, possibly the least interest I've had in a highway in recent memory. Well, not possibly, it is, because I don't really know who to tip. For the sake of saying a name, Camber's going to go on top, but I don't really gravitate towards that Wagga form a lot. I don't know. Don't like the race. Probably won't bet, especially given the track conditions. Anything from you?
Yeah, I didn't really like the race other than the favourite, Sir Remlap. It's got a bit of ability, this horse. It's promising. Ran a nice second on debut, spelled, and then resumed very nicely at Scone. Let down lovely there. This is a bit tougher, but I think this is going to be super hard to beat. I got it on top, and I think it's not a bad bet.
Nice. The third, we've got a 2,000 metre benchmark, 72 midway. Anything here?
Didn't like this one much at all. This was as tricky as they get. I stuck with the favourite purely because I tipped it last couple of starts and it's ran well, but has to win here because it won't get any easier than this in town.
I think the horse is going really well. Piraeus, we speak of, it's on top. I think it's actually one of the easier ones to like on the card, especially because some of the other horses I came up with as dangers don't look like they handle the conditions that well. We'll make Son of Deck the main danger for the sake of saying so. Extreme Freedom's going well, and Chase Gilded Water last week, but I have concerns over the wet track for it. The fourth is a benchmark 78, 1,400 metres. And I could not get my head around Landwin resuming at 1,400 metres first up, but comes here off 2 decent trials, went out flying, and is 20-1. And I'm tempted to have something I'm going to put on top at the price. I was slightly baffled by it, but I've sort of been gravitated towards it because I think it went out going really well. I think it'll get through the conditions, if it's not just scratched for the sake of scratching it. And is a very interesting runner. Redbreast, top horse, will lead and has had the trip to Queensland, which I do like. Resuming here, I assume, for a summer campaign. Has to run well. She's Unusual is in tonight. but is an absolute wet tracker and absolute live chance should it turn up here. Anything from you, Beaver?
Yeah, keen on Redbreast here. I think this horse has got plenty of promise. Very good first up last time. Absolutely killed them. Handles the soft going. Failed the last run, but that was in good company up in Brizzy. Spelled after that. I expect it to be ready to go first up. We'll jump, we'll lead, and I think they're going to have to be doing something to beat it, particularly if there's any favouritism to those on pace.
Autumn Nation, the other one I'll mention, it's 30s. Something about this smells like a Waller, a blowout with these resumers. The 5th is an 1800 metre benchmark 78. Bullets High pops up here again. Who have you come up with?
Yeah, an interesting race here. I'm going for the top weight Morning Sun.
Yep.
Like the first up win. I think, again, this can take up a forward position, gets a 3 kilo claim, so it comes in nicely at 57. I think it'll handle the conditions. And I think it can run really well here. It's my on top up, but there's plenty of chances in this. This is a wide open race, and I wouldn't be surprised if you had 5 bets and didn't get the winner. But that's that's where I'm going.
Yeah, me too. It hasn't put in a bad run in Oz, and I like that it's resumed with a win at the track and distance. Gets a bit of a claim as well. Gets the right spot on the map. It's on top. I like this as a FOD too. I think this, of 2 very quiet trials in a trip to Queensland, they've found Jason Collette first up. It's double figures for Chris Lee. I think he can resume and run a heck of a race as well. 2 there, I'm going to back both and see what we can come up with. Look, if you like Bullets High, it should have won every start this prep, and they've decided that a jockey change is in order. Yeah, probably fair enough the way it's been going. The 6 is the 2,000 metre Country Classic. The sack jockey, though, is on the favourite here, and it'll win. Belvedere, boys. Absolute swimmer. 3 prep runs in Queensland, comes here, and look, this is an awful race. This race belongs at Scone. It's on top. Easy to like. Unbeaten with Nash on. Yep, that's it. Phase Angel, the danger, comes off some proper Metro stuff. I know Johnny will be all over it. Sharp Shock is 20 to 1 and going well as well, and draws an outside gate on what could be an advantageous spot to be. So, yeah, the 2 out wide, but very keen Belvedere boys should win.
Me too. I'm super keen on it as well. Look, as you said, it comes down here from Brizzy, loves the sting out of the ground. They've been all really good runs. D-Day tomorrow, but yeah, this looks ideal for it. It's got a little bit of ability. Dunn brings these down here and they generally win. So should have all the favours and all the conditions to suit. It's on my on topper, and I'm pretty keen just like you are.
Very good. I like it. The Starlight Stakes is next. 1,100 metres, a listed race here. What have you got for us?
Yeah, nice little listed race here. I'm going for Pariel.
Yep.
Second up here, really like the first up run. Hit the line nicely there at Randwick. Got back, only just beaten by Dragonstone, but was doing some good work at the end when it was relatively hard, I thought, to make up ground. We know this horse has a great turn of foot and hasn't been out of the placings on soft and heavy going, so loves the conditions. Very hard to beat, in nicely at the weight. Hard to got it on top. Front page, obviously, a horse that's going well this time in, does handle this thing out the ground as well. Got to give the other one 6, but will lead and probably at some stage will look the winner. Yeah, be a good finish.
I'm with you. I like that Peril's had a trial since that first up tick over as well. So it's on top. I'm going to back both blue colours. Peril's on top. I'm going to save Contemporary, who has hit the line beautifully in 2 trials, gets through the conditions as well. And first up last prep, had a nice win over 1,200. Yeah, back both Godolphin runners. You'll get a result in this race. The 8th is the Festival Stakes over 1,500 metres, Group 3. And I've just decided St Lawrence has a new lease on life. I think going really well. Hit the line very well its last couple. Set up for the track, and Chad's going really well too. Wet's not an issue. There's not a lot else here.
Loves the wet.
Loves the wet, so it's easily on top. I would have made a better case for Kintyre, but the horse is now dead to me. And J Ford's off Private Eye, and I'm a little bit sucked in with one more chance, but it is gate 16, so maybe it'll just end up out the back and doing nothing again. Just more thinking about it, St. Lawrence on top. Maybe Zadaki Private Eye could bounce back, but it's very much a could. What do you like?
Super keen on St. Lawrence here. Almost the value bet of the day at $5. If you
that's
ask
fair.
me.
Yeah.
You might even get better. Like it beat Estadio Mistella, who's come out and won since in good company. And that was a really, really good run there. Carried 60, gets in here 55, so drops 5 on that, beating a winning form. Horse, soft going, 2 wins, 5 placings, heavy, 1 from 1. Flying at the moment, gate 8's perfect, can posse up. And this is not a lot of depth to this race. Keen on it.
He just has that squad firing, doesn't he? Just picks these black type races, sends whichever one he's got ready to go that week to, and they win. Gringotts, whoever else, they just pop up, do the job. Cool. All right, we've got the 2,000 metre ATC Cup. Naval College has gone down to Melbourne, as has Little Mix. Who do you like here?
Yeah, pretty keen on this one here, Townsend, the favourite from the Waterhouse Bot stable. This is a horse on the way up. Good win last start, carrying, 58.5. Drops here to 54, gets out to 2,000. That's not a problem. Loves the conditions. Look, this is a done deal horse, 4-year-old by Secret Admirer. Great breeding. Clear on top for me. Probably the best of the day.
Mum and Dad were 2 of my favourite horses, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good. They were both rippers. Yes, it's on top for me too. It smashed him last time out. That was a very good win. Yeah, conditions not an issue. And it's on top. State of America, right weight, right race, wrong conditions. I think it needs it dry to do what it's been doing. So I was able to put it aside. I thought Spirit Ridge and Hopeful maybe can bounce back and present the value if you're looking elsewhere. Let's wrap up with the benchmark 78 1100 metres. Leader in the last, for me, is Ease to Like, unless there is a massive issue with people leading on today. Confess Our Dreams, jump lead, win, gets through the conditions, 2 nice wins, its last couple, bit of weight relief, etc., etc. It's on top. Scared of Port Albert coming to Sydney here. Thought it might be the over the odds, gets through the conditions, and its last 3 runs have all been pretty good down south. Jewellery, the obvious danger, though, resuming very honest Godolphin conveyance off some quiet trials. Beaver.
Yeah, look, I'm quite keen on this one in the last as well. I think you're right. Jumps in the front, hard to run down. 3 kilo claim, flying at the moment. Got a bit of quality about it. Good bet.
Beautiful.
Good
Happy day. It's. I didn't think this one I did the form, but it's actually a pretty good betting day. Now we've talked about this.
Mate, I was just going to say that to you there. Like I'm just here looking at all my final selections, and I'm pretty keen that all of these can run well. And there's some nice little prices about them now. I think some of these might start shorter. Red Breast, Confess Our Dreams, Townsend. I think they're all, Belvedere boys. I think they're all really good bets. And then you've got a couple at 5+ in Morning Sun and Pereal.
And St. Lawrence.
I think it's a good betting day in St. Lawrence.
Unless it's complete bog city and it's 4-horse fields. I'm very keen actually to bet tomorrow. Let's come with a quaddie though. First leg, we'll go 1 front page, 3 contemporary, 4 Kobe Sun, who might be done, 10 Pereal, 11 in flight, and the value, this interesting Kiwi horse, Abalore for Joe Pride. But if you want to just skinny up to the 2 blue colours, you do you. It's the second leg, 1 Private Eye, 6 St. Lawrence, 7 Zadaki, and 18 Isaiah. Third leg, 1 Spirit Ridge, 14 Townsend, and 18 State of America. And we'll come home with Port Albert number 2, 5 Confess Our Dreams, 10 Jewellery, and 11 She's All Shenanigans. I think we've got about a third of that with those scratchings there for $100. My best on the card is going to be race 6, number 6 Belvedere boys. My value, race 5, number 6 Zaphod. Those 2 stayers, Morning Sun was the other one you mentioned in that race, are well worth backing. What do you think?
Yep, my best bet comes up in race 9, number 14 Townsend, and my value is race 8, number 6 St Lawrence. I just think that's a good price for this horse.
Very good. Quickly, Morphettville, race 5, number 4, Swyco can bounce back and win there, and race 8, number 2, Tewkesbury, perhaps the value of the day there. What have you got for us in Doomben? We Doomben? Yeah. Good little race. We're actually on the way to the Magics there. There's some good races.
Yeah, some really tough races early on in the day. I kind of stayed out a couple of them because they were really hard, I thought, to line up some of the form. I have gone race 3, number 3, the Hanger Cat. I think it can run really well there. Then going back later in the day, I thought race 7, number 3, Scripted from the Dunn stable around the $5 mark. I think that's a nice little price. And I'm pretty keen on race 8, number 7, Hidden Wealth. I think that's resuming and can run well.
Brilliant. Let us know if you think it's, well, you let me know, Beaver, you're the Queensland dude. If it's worth us trying to cover some Queensland meetings around Magic Millions.
Yeah,
this
might switch up a bit.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
We'll certainly have some tips on the site.
If nothing else, exactly. And we've got the Group 1 in Perth. Overpass goes back there again. Race 8, number 1. I think it can do the job once more. From Maharbour and Lady Laguna. Key dangers. Have you looked at anything else around Australia?
Yeah, I thought Overpass as well. I'm thinking it might do a bit of a Gringotts from gate 16. Zoom across, get to the front, and say 90 nights, and they won't be able to get past it.
Fingers crossed at that time of the day. Can just top up what should be a very good betting card. Thank you, Beaver.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Of course, subscribe on YouTube. Check out the website. Subscribe on Spotify so you can listen in the car or wherever you may be. You can also get us directly into your brain without having to look at our faces. So take care, and we'll talk soon.
Ciao for now.